Alright, what's up guys, and welcome to Titanfall Tuesday. As always, I'm Dr. Blueman. Alongside me is SSG Jester.
What's up, guys?
So today's topic, swatting.
Swatting. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of in my life.
Yeah, it's pretty prevalent. It's happened to a lot of people. It's happened to Woody's Gamertag. It's happened to Selena Gomez, Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber, the Kardashians.
Miley Cyrus.
Recently, like at the end of April, it happened to Wolf Blitzer, and it happened to Ryan Seacrest just hours before he talked to Russell Brand, who said it happened to him earlier that week.
Yeah, it's literally an epidemic. It's the worst thing I've ever heard of. I mean, obviously, one, it's illegal. You know, it's filing a false report, but you know, there hasn't been much talk on what they're doing about it, you know, to stop it.
I haven't really heard about any punishments. I haven't heard about any punishments at all for these kids that are doing this. And the thing is I don't even think they can find them. Because, like, with Wolf Blitzer, it was a text message that got sent to the police through the telephone company's, like, little emergency thing or whatever it is, you know? And, like, they can't track down who did it. Like, they don't know who did it. Recently, there was a story in the news from Long Island who Rafael Castillo was swatted. Just some random kid. He's like 18 years old in Long Beach. And he was playing Call of Duty, and then,
he's a plump little guy, isn't he?
Yeah. Anyway,
he needs to lay off the marshmallows.
He won the game, and then got swatted because of it.
You know, I mean, honestly, I don't even understand why someone thinks that's even funny or cool. You know, those resources could have been allocated, you know, differently. You know, maybe a serious crime went unpunished. You know, maybe someone was raped because the freaking entire police force is on someone's front lawn because they, you know, won in a Call of Duty game. You know, it's ridiculous. It's what it is.
Well, you know, I'd like to propose a punishment for these swatters or whatever, like the people that call the SWAT team on you. I think they should be charged like a suppression cost. You know, like the job that I do outside of YouTube is I'm a forest fireman. I work with the Kentucky Division of Forestry, and whenever we go to fight a fire, you know, if it's arson or whatever, like say somebody's out burning their trash, then they get charged for that. Like they have to pay for all the people that fight the fire, all the materials that we use on the fire, all the fuel that we use on the fire, and the fuel we use to get there. I think that these kids, like if they find out who called the police in the first place, they should be charged for all the stuff that, you know, that they caused to be used, all the resources that were allocated.
Right, not to mention jail time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously that's what they were doing is just wrong.
The police chief or whoever it was in Long Beach, he said that it cost like it was a reporter that reported it, said that it cost like $100,000 for the SWAT team to show up and actually do all. I mean, that's a ballpark figure, obviously, but still, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely it is. You know, I mean, whoever swatted them, that's probably more money than they'll see in their lifetime.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a horrible practice to say the least. I mean, think about it. You know, like here in Titanfall, let's say you just kick some major butt, and the next thing you know, the SWAT team's in your front lawn,
breaking down the door. You know, like just damaging property.
You know, they'll fix that and whatnot. And, you know, that's not the big thing. The big thing is the people thinking that this is funny and that it's acceptable. And you know, in all actuality, it's not. It's not funny, and in no way is it acceptable.
I mean, you know, it calls attention to the old parable of the boy who cried wolf. You know.
Right. Right. Well, you know, I think it's a little more severe than that.
I don't know, dude, because in that story, the boy dies. He gets eaten by the wolf eventually.
But could you imagine, like, the guy running out? Like, what if that kid that was swatted was also like a drug dealer, and he like runs out with a pistol and he gets shot because they thought he murdered his family instead
Yeah.
of, just like selling pot to somebody? I mean, I don't know. I'm fishing there. I'm just saying. Things can go really bad when you get a whole bunch of police together.
Yeah, thinking that there's some serious nefarious shit going down, you know?
Yeah, you run out of the house and you just start yelling, what the hell, someone might just get a little flustered and
well, not only
kill
that
you.
too. I mean, with the rampant activity that we've seen from police lately in the news and stuff, what's to say they don't show up and then, the father of the family or the male or female or whoever of the family doesn't, comply with the police, trying to figure out what's going on. You're just confused and stuff. And then, here lately we've been seeing a lot of policemen, like just shoot people.
Yeah, well, it reminds me of that story that came out of Seattle where that female officer, some bum was going like nuts in the back of her car. And she pulls over and she goes to tase him. And instead of pulling out her taser, she pulls out her service revolver and kills him. Accidents do happen.
Or like the homeless guy. I can't remember where he was from or where this happened. I think it was somewhere in California. But there was this homeless guy, and he was camping in a park, I believe. And well, he wasn't camping. He was trying to live there. And the police showed up, and at first, he wasn't complying, and then he started to lay down on the ground like they were telling him, and then they just opened fire and kill him.
I didn't hear about that, but I wouldn't call that an accident.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what if we got some trigger happy SWAT members that are getting a little excited,
just looking to grease a bad guy.
Exactly, and then they show up to some kid's house playing Call of Duty, and parents confused or whatever, guardian confused, doesn't know what's going on. The next thing you know, now you've got a police shooting.
Well, you could be a grown-ass man and be playing Call of Duty like, we do every once in a while, and next thing you know, the SWAT's at your house. Dude, I don't know. I wouldn't be that welcoming, to be honest with you.
Exactly. I mean, I don't want, police showing up to my house, and I've done nothing wrong. I'm not going to be accommodative. Certainly not.
So I don't think anyone would be. I mean, apparently the mother to that Castillo kid was, she cooperated. Distraught. She's all, my son was in there on the computer, so apparently it wasn't like 360 or anything. It was the actual computer. But I think her ending comments were, he spends too much time playing games. He's 17. He can get a job. Yeah, which I thought was kind of funny.
This sort of, it's just ridiculous, man. And this happened again, like someplace else. I think it was Manchester. It's like somebody else got swatted. Yeah, it's just, it's running rampant. It's not funny. It's ridiculous.
Right. Well, it is what it is. There's always been pranks and stuff, but I think this one just goes a little too far. I mean, instead of swatting someone, order 1,000 pizzas and have it sent to them. Do something that's not gonna get anyone killed.
Yeah. Because the SWAT teams, they're trained they show up at the house, and it's, if they can take them down passively, cool. But more often than not, there's no passive solution to the SWAT showing up.
Yeah, when the SWAT's there, someone's gonna die. I mean, that's just the way it is. And honestly, like if you look, that's like the biggest gripes. If we have any European countries watching our channel, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, sometimes the U.S. is kind of the laughing stock because it's like we're back in the old West when it comes to our police. So I mean, it's pretty rough. I won't want to be swatted. I'll tell you that much.
No. I mean, I wouldn't be able to afford being swatted. I'm pretty sure the city doesn't pay for the door that they break down. Like, that's just broken now.
what happened to like the old fashioned fun pranks? You know, you don't if you really don't like someone, you know, I'm sure that kid was not just winning at Call of Duty. He was probably just being your typical squeaker, you know, and
Yeah, just talking a bunch of trash and just
yeah. And then he got swatted. But what
ripping
happened
on
to the
people.
cool, you know, the old pranks? You know, like I said, order a whole bunch of pizza, shave someone's eyebrows, you know, whatever.
I mean, if you're gonna go through the trouble to SWAT somebody and stuff like that, you know, I mean, just learn how to DDoS. You know, that doesn't hurt anybody. I mean, it annoys people, sure. It's also against the law, and so you got that covered.
Yeah,
But you're not trying to
do
get anybody
not
killed.
condone- yeah, we do not condone any type of hacking, security things, or anything like that on our channel. We're just illustrating a point.
Right. You know, if you're gonna, you know, prank somebody or whatever, or you know, and you want to break the law while you're doing it, at least do something that's not gonna kill anybody. You know,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
know,
think anybody has died from swatting yet, but it's definitely a possibility.
You know, it's a danger, and it's also it's very expensive for the community. You know, it doesn't just hurt the person that gets swatted; it hurts the community. It takes money out of that coffer, you know, that can be used for different things allocated differently. You know,
Exactly.
Parks and Rec, things like that. But instead, you know, they're responding to a murder of someone's family that didn't even happen. I mean, it's just dumb. Think of all the things that could be done with that $100,000. I mean,
It's yeah. I mean,
It could be
100,000
anything.
could go a long way. You know, it could repave a road possibly.
yeah, you know, I mean, roads are pretty expensive from what I understand. Highway is like $1 million a mile. That's what I read. That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, but like a single lane road or something, or like the road in your neighborhood.
Blacktop. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. But I don't know, man. It's hard to even conceive. Who thought of that first off, and who thought it was a good idea that was even acceptable? I thought, you know, from the start, calling 911 if it's not an emergency is illegal.
It's
You know,
supposed to be. I'm pretty sure. I don't have any evidence to corroborate it, but as far as I know, it's illegal.
You know, and why aren't they swatting people like Rob Ford?
Yeah, why not SWAT somebody like that? I mean, I know that guy's not an American. He's from Toronto, Canada. But, you know, somebody like that. I mean,
You know, yeah, someone that's a horrible person.
if you're going to
but
SWAT somebody that deserves it, like Rupert Murdoch
yet
or
again,
something.
we are not condoning the practice of swatting. We're not. We're just illustrating a point. You shouldn't, you know, be swatting a 17-year-old kid. If you really want to illustrate a point, make it count, you know. But I really think that they're going to catch this person.
It's
They
more
said they
than
were
one
gonna track
person
down
doing
the
it.
Skype. Oh well, yeah, but you know, in the fact of the Castillo thing, I mean, they call on Skype, so they're going to have an IP, and they're going to find them. There's no doubt about it. And
I just wonder
am
what they're
just
gonna do to this
anxious.
guy.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what happens. You know, and honestly, it's probably not a guy. I mean,
Well,
don't
you
get me
know.
wrong. It's probably a dude, but it's probably like a 12-year-old kid. You know,
And I
it's got-
hope they
you know
hang
it's
him
a
out to
squeaker.
dry.
Only a squeaker would think of something like that.
Make an
But,
example of this little person.
Yeah. Yeah, with that said, I mean, we don't have too much longer of gameplay, so is there anything else that you would like to talk about there, Dr. Blueman?
We're working on a new series called Asking Ham, where once every 2 weeks or once every month, we're gonna like take questions from the community and then answer them. You know, we'll probably do face cams for that. So if you guys are interested in it, leave us some comments in the little box down below and whatnot, and we'll try to answer your questions. You can always private message us or whatever, and we'll get to that. So
Keep it clean. You know, if it's something that you should be talking to your, you know, I don't know, mom and dad about, your grandparents. I don't care if you're a 40-year-old man. If you ask me a question that has to do with sex, I'm not answering it on
I'll
YouTube.
answer it.
Yeah, Blue Man will answer it with no shame.
We'll both answer it. Don't let them lie to you. We're gonna answer these questions. We're gonna answer
That's
them all
true.
truthfully
We'll
and
probably answer
accurately.
everything. just keep it within reason.
No holds barred, guys. No holds barred.
Yeah, just use reason. That's all I'm saying. Anyhow, that was actually some pretty good footage there, Blue Man.
I appreciate it, man.
Do you think you get? Oh, you did get it.
Yeah, we got it.
Bam.
Well, if you like the video, like, and if you like what you saw, subscribe. Catch you guys next time.
Later, guys.